One of the most famous and iconic fighters of all time is Muhammad Ali. While his story may be awe-inspiring, too often I hear people say things like, "Hey, that's really cool." And then they go on about and think about something else. We like to what we hear or see, but don't look into how we can use that information into our own lives. Today, I'd like to share with you lessons can be learned from Muhammad Ali. One famous moment from Ali's fighting career occurred in a fight between himself and a behemoth of a fighter named George Foreman. George Foreman was bigger and stronger than Ali, and he was undefeated. For once in his life, Ali was actually scared of somebody else, and he knew that he couldn't just exchange punches or he'd lose. Instead, he used Foreman's strengths and turned them into weaknesses. Foreman tried to always seek to dominate his opponent by controlling their arms. He would push them down, he would control their head, and then he would hit them. Well, rather than allow Foreman just to hit Ali used those strengths and turned them into weaknesses. When Foreman sought to push Ali's arms rather than resist, Ali would pull his own hands down and deliver a counterpunch before Foreman could hit him. But the real lesson to be learned from this fight happened later. Ali knew he could outlast Foreman and tire him out. He allowed Foreman to punch him again and again while blocking most of the damage with his elbows or controlling Foreman's head and taking away a twisting torque, also known as power, from Foreman. He taunted Foreman by asking if that's all Foreman had and if that's all he could do. But eventually he pulled a different strategy. You can see here he pulls his arm back and he delivers counter punches relying on his excellent head movement. But even with all that, he knew that he could not beat Foreman, and he came up with a different strategy. It's called rope-a-dope. It was unique and had never been done. Ali actually allowed Foreman to pummel him and hit him in the corner. And in this interview, Foreman is actually saying, I thought I had him on the ropes, also known as rope-a-dope. Ali blocked most of the damage, but again, he got hit again and again. He was using Foreman's overconfidence against him, allowing him to get hit and waiting for his moment. Well, eventually, George Foreman opened himself up, getting too tired, and Ali delivered a massive punch and knocked him out. So what can we learn about this? What's this got to do with Black history? Well, you can't go down. You can't give up. Ali won a fight that most said couldn't be won. He won it in a way that nobody else had tried, getting punched again and again like Rocky. In fact, Muhammad Ali inspired Rocky. Life is both a joy and a fight. If we can use this as an analogy for life struggles you may face, keep the end goal in mind: to graduate, live a successful life. Quoting the movie Creed, one punch, one step, one round at a time. Each punch you throw is doing that assignment passing test. Each step you take is passing a class on your way to graduation, and each round is every school that you complete. Still, you need to realize that sometimes there is little you can do but to endure like Ali and block everything you can with your elbows, limiting the damage. Don't get knocked out. Avoid drugs and alcohol, which are trying to control your head and delivering a massive blow. Avoid skipping school, sleeping, talking during class, which is similar to Foreman controlling your hands, things that are necessary to do your classwork. Learn from mistakes and don't repeat them. At 44-2, Ali beat George Foreman, who had been 42-0 before he met Ali. Ali had already lost twice. He'd learned from his mistakes and spent time watching videos of Foreman. What are your weaknesses in school? You ever thought about them? What is your strategy on how to become better? Do you even have one? And finally, are you executing that plan for getting what you want out of life? And before you think I'm being corny and cliche comparing Ali to Foreman and Foreman to school, I'm going to leave you with this last clip without any comment.
Sir, you there?
Are you going to teach your son to be a fighter? Are you bring him up to be a
No,
fighter?
sir. My son is already, he's 2 years old, and we want him to learn 3 languages: Arabic, French, and Spanish.
Why wouldn't you let him be a fighter?
For what?
Well, I mean, you're a fighter. I mean, why wouldn't you
I
let
had
him?
to be a fighter.
You would have been something else, would you?
If I could have went to school and got an education and could speak, say, 3 or 4 languages fluently and got a good trade in life, I'd forgot all about fighting.
Would you?
Yeah.
What did you, when you were at school, I mean, did you miss out on education?
No, I didn't miss out. I wouldn't learn. I didn't know the value of it. I was a little black boy in Kentucky, didn't know nothing about it. I'd be on your show, didn't know nothing about it. I'd be a world champion, playing hooky, playing with the girls, not just going to recess and eating lunch and joking, not knowing the value of education like many children do today, never thinking that one day I'll have to feed myself, didn't have no idea of profit and getting out and making money like a lot of children do. And time went by and I graduated and I won the Olympics and they put me out just because I could fight. And my mind was mainly on sports. They just let me go. And all of a sudden I found myself having trouble reading things, looking at contracts. I got to hire lawyers to watch lawyers. I know the value of education now. So I'm going to brainwash my children now. I want to be intelligent, nice looking, get my briefcase and fix up and dress up and put my bow tie on and go give a nice lecture at Harvard University on the intoxications of life, or have a lecture entitled The Purpose of Life, or The Art of Personality, or The Journey to the Goal in Life, or like The Heart of Man, all type of lectures, The Solution to the Black and the White Conflict, religious draft. You understand? I like to study, and like what you hear now, things people never heard. I could go on and on and on different subjects.